Are you ready? Are you ready to open the secret box number 4? Hooray! I'm seeing that people are actually seeing me after a couple of glitches in the last few weeks of our Facebook live streams. I think we've conquered it. So I'm so glad that I'm seeing some comments. Hi, Noreen. It's great to be back. Woo! Here we go, girls. So excited. Yes, I'm excited and I'm thrilled that you can all see me and that we are good to go. So awesome, awesome. Make sure to drop a little note as to who you are and where you are joining us from. And I want to know if you've opened your secret box or not. Don't be shy. If you opened, put your hand up. Obviously, I have, and I'm so excited to share everything about it with you, but no judgment if you opened your secret box because you just, can't wait. You're like a kid at Christmas time. That's fine too. We just want to know. I want to know. Curious minds, inquiring minds want to know who opens it, who keeps it closed. And for those of you who have kept it closed this whole time, you are in for a treat. I promise. It's so exciting. I love the contents of this secret box, and I know that you will too. I know you will. Okay. Yes. The comments are flying fast and furious here. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, but a few not yet. And somebody's saying she's waiting anxiously. So I don't want to make you wait too much longer. I do just want to say that if we haven't met before, my name's Noreen Smith. I am the Product Development Creative Manager at Creative Memories. And I have the best job in the world because I get to have a say in some of these fantastic products that we bring you. Plus, I get to put together all kinds of really cool project ideas for you. So I'm really excited about this today, and I don't want to make you wait any longer. So let me switch you over. I just got to move something out of the way here. Let me switch you over, and then we're going to do the box opening. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Fingers always in the way there. Okay, now I couldn't keep the label on here strong enough, so it's gonna pop open any minute. But are you ready? Let's take a look. 3, 2, 1, let's open it. Okay, so for a start, before I get any further, if you are just opening your box for the first time, make sure you look for this little card and make sure you keep it. Okay, don't toss it out. I know you're excited and you probably will kind of toss it out of the way. But it's important because there's a little QR code on here, and when you scan this with your mobile device, you are going to be taken to the video tutorial and the project booklet download. So you'll definitely want to hang on to this. Now, if you've already lost it, if you can't find it, if it's missing from your box, I definitely want you to go to your email inbox. Check your junk mail as well. Sometimes it hides in there. But right around now, or within about the next 10 minutes, you will be getting an email with a link to the same place that the QR goes. So if you've lost your card, check your email. You'll get the link to the video and the tutorial. Okay, so that's an important thing. Don't leave it aside. Don't put it aside. Okay, are you ready? Now we've got a bunch of brand new types of products in this box. So what I want to do is kind of unbox it, bring them all out, and then we'll spend some time going through the new products. All right. One of those new products, and the reason that our secret box is in a big box again, is this thick new style of punch. This is a scallop circle 3-in-1 punch, and it's a layering punch, and it's going to be so cool. You are going to love this, obviously, for your secret box product or project, but also beyond. So that is fun, and we will unbox it and do a couple punches together in a moment. All right, the second one is a special kind of pen, and it is a clear shimmer brush pen. And a couple of things I want to point out is that it is photo safe, And it is going to be, again, useful for all kinds of projects that you are going to want to do. Again, the secret box album that I'll show you, plus many, many more. There is a trick to opening and using this, so we'll take care of that in a couple of minutes as well. The third brand new product that we have for you are these fantastic new clear stickers. Now, the idea of clear stickers is not new, but it's new to Creative Memories, and we particularly wanted to bring you these because we want to show you how fun they are to use with peekaboo pockets. The idea being that your clear stickers, instead of cardstock back stickers like we normally have, they can go on the outside of your peekaboo pockets. And speaking of peekaboo pockets, not a new product, but a new size for you, specially designed to go with 8 by 8 inch paper albums or 8 by 8 inch pages. So you're going to be able to use these in your paper album that we're going to look at in just a second, as well as in your regular albums. So I already mentioned that there was a paper album. I'm so excited to show you the finished product here in just a moment. But this is our Shining Moments mini photo album, 8 by 8 paper album. And you can see kind of a preview of the pages here. And then last but not least, some gorgeous papers. Let me put my box down. Some gorgeous papers, Shining Moments. And that's what our entire box is called, Shining Moments. And these were inspired by one of our most popular secret box products from a little while back, Sparkle and Shine. So we loved how the papers themselves created the look of shimmery sequins. We've got kind of a glittery gray here, or silver. Then we've got a great sort of washed navy. And look at this gold on the back. Wouldn't you swear that was like a foiled or a glitter paper? It's not, but it sure looks like it. And then one of my favorites, we've got the kind of the washed teal, but on the back we have that beautiful bokeh pattern. And if you're not sure what bokeh is, it's sort of all of these little shadowy circles that you see. So it's the way that a camera would reflect light and the kind of the circular little twinkles that it would reflect. And if you cross your eyes when you're looking at, for example, a Christmas tree, or unfocus your eyes, that's the effect that you get. So again, super shimmery, and I love all of these little sprinkles. So absolutely gorgeous products. And I know that some of you are opening this and thinking, oh my, I don't know what I'm going to do with my paper album. Because some of you love paper albums and have made lots. Others are looking at these paper albums for the first time and thinking, okay, what's the idea behind this? So what I want to do is quickly show you what the finished product looks like. And then I want to talk about options for all of these products, as well as giving you the little tutorial on the new products. Okay, so we've got the paper album. And again, all of these gorgeous sort of pages with shimmer and sparkles on them. Again, not actual shimmer, not actual sparkles, just printed. But you can see that it goes beautifully with the papers, but it's going to stand on its own as well. So some of you might want to actually create the same album that I'm going to show you. Some of you, if you're more of a die-hard traditional 12 by 12 scrapper, some of you might want to use those gorgeous papers for some 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. And again, just like we've been doing for the last 6 months or so, you can see all the coordinating cardstock that's going to go with these papers. And I think I'll also mention that gold shimmer, which we did not have in the line when this was ordered and created, gold shimmer would go beautifully with this as well. So you've got a couple of different choices. Let me show you the album first before we go any further, because I had the most fun creating this album for you. And when you download the project booklet, you're going to get all of the information, all of the sizes, all of the cutting guides that you need to create your album just like mine. But again, remember that you are going to be able to do just like I do or go your own way. There are no rules here. We just want to supply you with as much information and idea of what you can do with it. Okay, so we've got the beautiful cover here, and I'm just going to kind of compare what I've done to what's on the covers or each page to show you. Okay, so this is the original cover. Here I've added some beautiful little shimmery scallops, and those were made with the new scallop circle punch. I've got a mat and a room for a photo, but then the fun really happens on the inside. So this was how the first spread looks. Here's what it looks like when we add our beautiful and fun papers and peekaboo pockets. So again, these peekaboo pockets are 4x8 and 8x4. So you're going to be able to add additional flip-ins, tip-ins, flip outs to your album to make it more interactive. So super fun. And look at all of the photos you can get on a spread. So you could get 4 photos on the spread as is, and then you add 2 of those peekaboo pockets and you can get so much more. All right, the next spread, we've got this great sort of speckly field, some strips of the gold shimmer, and all these fun little circles. So let's see what I've done here. Here I've added a peekaboo pocket just on the inside of that gold edge or gold line. And again, opening them up, you get so many more opportunities to add your photos. And I'm hoping that you're seeing on some of these little embellishments that there is definitely a real shimmer, and that's what comes from the clear shimmer brush pen. All right, let's go through these couple more here. Here's the stunning center spread. And here we go. Let's look at how it looks when we've opened up our peekaboo pockets. I love this. And here's a really clear example of how fun those clear stickers are. So anywhere I have a clear sticker, anywhere I want, I can put the clear stickers, including on the outside of a peekaboo pocket. So you'll see that when I take the little insert out, you can see that it's right on the peekaboo pocket. So those are so much fun. And just a point of note, I guess, about those. I think when I showed them to you, you probably couldn't even see on camera that one sheet was black and the other sheet is white. So you'll be able to see those when you get up close to them in person. But definitely it's going to be working on the outside of peekaboo pockets, whether you include them on your albums or not. All right. Here's another spread. I love those little circles bouncing across the page. And here's what I've done to it. Added some more circles and 2 flip ups. So look at all the photos you're going to be able to get on that page. All right, one more spread and then the back cover. Here's another one with some large areas and this nice little row of the circles kind of marching across the pages. And here we go. This time I've got 1 peekaboo pocket flipping up and 1 peekaboo pocket flipping out to the side. So I've got some large standard size photos here in the album, and then again decorated all those fun circles with some of the punch outs with the scallop circle. And then finally the back cover, you can see that again decorating the circles. Looks like I lost one there for a moment. And then we've got a great little mat here. So I'm seeing a few photos about the paper albums. Again, people are going to have different opinions. Some people love the paper albums. Some people are saying, oh, I'd rather have more paper. So again, this is where you've got some options. You can create an album just like me. And that's the one that's shown in the project booklet that you'll get when you go to the link or to the QR code. You could make a an album just by adding photos straight to these pages, and then you could save your beautiful paper for some traditional 12 by 12s. Now, I know that one of the concerns or one of the things that people ask about the paper albums is they say, well, I'm worried about that it's not archival. It's not going to last. It's going to get smudged. People are going to touch it. And, all the work that I've done might be in vain. So I get that. And I understand that for some of us, that is a huge concern. And definitely that you may not want to, or you may have concerns about that, and you may not want to do these as archival albums. But I want to say that these are some of the best ways to get photos into the hands of people who don't normally interact with their printed photos. So for the sake of, a small album like this, you can get lots and lots of photos in here. People will be delighted to flip open and interact with the photos, to read any journaling that you add on to the pages, and they're going to look at this again and again. Now, as we said, if you're worried about archival, of course, we do sell the the 8x8. I'm getting my paper albums and my regular 8x8s all mixed up in my head as I'm talking. But of course, we do sell the 8x8 side loading page protectors, and you can put these into an album. And one of the things we've been talking to a lot of people that they've been doing is actually deconstructing their paper albums right down the middle and adding the pages into page protectors. And because we know that many of you will want to do that, we're doing something that we've never done before, and we are offering additional paper albums for sale so that you could, maybe make a couple or have enough pages to create an entire 8x8 album. And not only that, but we are going to be launching next week 2 brand new limited edition 8x8 album cover sets designed especially to go with the Shining Moments products. You'll see that one has the gold 2023, because if you're like me, maybe you're going to create a highlights or a best of 2023 album. And that would be perfect. You could create your album, or you could deconstruct the pages first and then, scrapbook right onto them and then place them right into the album. Or if you're thinking more along the lines that you'd like to gift this to someone, maybe someone who's had an exceptional year and you want to celebrate them, maybe someone who, just wants some photos of your family, or even someone who might need some encouragement or uplifting. That would be a great use for the Shining Moments. Again, the silver foil on the front of this, and it's kind of echoes the treatment that we've got, or the motif that we've got going on in the paper album. So additional paper albums and the 2 cover sets will be available to you starting Monday, November 13th. So this coming Monday at noon. So you kind of have the weekend. We're giving you some time to think about how you want to use these products. Okay. I haven't forgot about talking about these, so don't worry, I'm coming back to those. But I also want to remind you that if you would like to use these products in traditional 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, I think this is now available. It should have been available at 5 p.m. Central Time. But our November virtual crop sketches are ready for you to download. And this month, you're going to see 4 examples using regular CM collection and 4 samples using the Shining Moments 12 by 12 paper. So you're going to get lots of inspiration. I'm seeing a question. The color of the covers of those limited edition albums, This is Tuscan teal, and it's just so beautiful with all of the colors that are in the Shining Moments products. Okay, so I hope that helps with any of you who are a little worried about the longevity of paper albums. And I totally get that, you know, for many of us, scrapbooking is a memory keeping, legacy leaving hobby. And many of us only work in the larger sizes so that we can put them in albums. But I want you to give this a try. If you're not sold on the idea of it for yourself, then think about it as a gifting album. Think about someone who could use a little gift, a little happiness, a little happy mail perhaps, with some beautiful photos and some journaling handwritten by you. Okay, so that is a little bit about the project. And again, all of the instructions for cutting and assembling will be in the project booklet that you'll get when you go to the QR code link or the email link. So let's talk about my favorite new things here before I let you go and get busy looking at all of the inspiration and playing with your products. The first one is the new 3-in-1 layering punch, and this is a scallop circle design. So you can see how thick it is, and I mentioned at the beginning that's one of the reasons why it didn't fit in the regular style of secret box. It's quite a bit thicker, but it's thicker because it actually punches 3 different sets of shapes. Okay, so here's a comparison. Here's our 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and here's the new scallop circle. And by the way, this is going to work with it and layer with it as well. So again, designed to work with existing CM products as well. So on the back, when you release the little guide, so you'll see that we've got a lock position. We've got number 1, and let me see if I can get that in focus there. Number 1 will punch a large scallop circle. Number 2 will punch a kind of an outer ring of a scallop circle. And then from the inside, it will punch a circle. And then number 3 will punch the large outside ring, an inner ring, and then a small circle. So let me grab some cardstock here. I've got some black. So let's set it to number 1. Okay, just slide across. Okay, so let's set it to number 1. And you're going to hear sort of one click as I punch down. So ready? Just one click. And you probably noticed that I didn't have to punch too hard. It didn't go down too far. So there's the first scalloped circle. And maybe I'll punch a regular 1 3/4 circle so that you can see the size. So again, you can imagine punching it in different colors and patterns, and it's just going to layer perfectly. Let me get a piece of white just to show you. Okay, so there's how it would look on the circle. So already that's really cute. Let's move it to number 2. There we go, number 2. And now it's going to punch 2 times basically. Basically, you're going to punch down through 2 layers. So 1 and 2. All right, and then it's going to give you the 2 shapes. The outside and then an inner single circle. And just for those of you who are wanting to know, it's great because it's just about 1 inch. So that's going to be a handy little shape to have. And then at number 3, we're going to see basically 3 different shapes. So it's going to punch through 3 layers. So let's hear. 1, 2, 3. All right. So there you go. And that's our outer scallop circle, an inner ring. So you can see that it kind of punched the larger circle and then the inner scalloped shape, and then a small scallop. So again, with the exception of my circles here, those are all of the shapes that you can get from your scalloped circle layering punch. And again, that's all I used to embellish all of my pages in here. So sometimes I just use the little ring, sometimes I use the little circle, Sometimes I layered them up or kind of fit the different shapes into the into each other. So there's 3 different colors of shapes. And then I had so much fun just creating the shimmery loveliness with this pen. I did see, oh, I've got a couple questions there. Sorry, I'm looking up. Okay, so one of the things you'll want to do is try to squeeze down. So if it's locked and you can't move it, squeeze it down a little bit and then move it. Okay, so I hope that will help. If you're having problems, if it won't seem to unlock for you, just try to squeeze it down together and then you should be able to move it. Okay, and then you can move it all along. So try that. And if you are having problems, if you can't get it to work, definitely call customer service. Okay, this is my favorite. I cannot lie. I'm a pen girl. I love my pens. I love everything that's fun and, you know, mixed media and painterly and all of that kind of stuff. So much fun. I did see a question earlier. Is this like Wink of Stella? Yes, you got it bang on. So if you are familiar with Wink of Stella, which is a brand name of the same kind of pen, that's what this is. It is a clear shimmer brush pen. So when you take off the lid, you want to make sure you hang on to that. You'll need that again. But you'll notice that the brush tip itself, it's like a little paintbrush or a little nib, and it's very soft, but there is no ink. So, I mean, you can try to squeeze it. Probably if you opened your box earlier and you're excited to try this, you're going, I don't know what to do with this. It's not working. It's not working. Well, here's the secret. Let me just give you a little bit of background. The metallic shimmer ink is housed in this barrel. And we have to get the metallic shimmer ink from the barrel down to the tip. But for transport and packaging, they actually keep the ink separate from the little chamber here so that it won't clog up, it won't get the bristles all wet. So we have to basically unpackage it. So what you're going to do is you're going to unscrew the tip. No big challenge there. You're just going to unscrew it. And I don't know, I really hope you can see that there's like a little black line there. And that's actually a little pointy bit, as I call it, that is going to puncture the ink barrel. Now, the other thing that you just saw kind of fall off is this little black ring. And the black ring, basically its purpose is to keep that little pointy bit from puncturing the ink barrel during transport. So that's why we need to unscrew it. We're going to take off the little black ring. That can be discarded, okay? And then we're going to screw this back together so that the little pointy bit can puncture into the ink barrel. So you're just going to twist it on. You can see that it's going in there. Hopefully you can see that. And you're going to feel it kind of, be a little bit of resistance. And then once it punctures through, it will be working just fine. So now what we want to do is I always recommend having a piece of scrap paper. Doesn't matter what color. I've got black so that you're going to be able to see the ink. But now you're going to kind of place the nib down close to the paper, and now you're going to squeeze the ink. And I want you to watch this area right here because you're going to see it fill with ink as I squeeze. Okay, can you see it coming along there? And then it's going to pop out like a little drop of ink. So now you can just kind of take your nib, the tip of your the tip of your pen, and you can just start playing with it. So this is where, for example, I took the ink and I just went over all of my little punched shapes. And you can see that shimmering. And again, it's not glittery, it's shimmery. So hopefully that camera is picking that up because as that dries, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So if you figured that out and you had a little droplet of ink come out, yes, it will come out when you squeeze through the barrel here. But as you use it more and more, the ink won't be quite as, full, if you know what I mean. And when you go to use it the next time, again, just have a little piece of scrap paper handy, give it a little squeeze. You'll see the little drop of ink come out. I'm not squeezing hard enough. There we go. It's coming out. And then I can just kind of use my little piece of scrap paper like a palette and just color it onto my embellishment, directly onto my paper, whatever you want to make that kind of clear shimmer. And it's kind of a cross between silver and gold. Again, a little bit of a metallic. Then when you're ready to put it away, just again, kind of wipe your nib, wipe the bristles so that you don't have a lot of gloppy ink, and then just put the lid on nice and tight, and that will allow it to be airtight and the ink won't dry out. Okay, there are no ink refills for this type of pen. We're hoping that if you love these, maybe it's something that we bring out in other colors, maybe it's something we bring back. We always love testing these different products with you to see your reaction, to see how you like it, how you like to use it, and then we gauge whether it's something that we should bring out and make available on a regular or a promotional basis. So you can store it on its side. You can store it up. Again, because the ink is liquid and you're going to be moving it and pointing it downward and squeezing the barrel the next time you use it, I definitely would not store it upside down or nib side down. You don't want the ink running out just because of gravity. So on its side, or you can store it with the nib or the tip up. Okay? There was one other thing the one other thing I wanted to mention and remind you, again, for those of us who are really concerned about photo safety, you'll notice right on the bag there, we've got the photo safe little marker. So it's perfectly safe to put onto your papers, your pages, your paper albums, onto embellishments. It's perfectly fine to be with your photo. Okay? So I've got some questions here. Nice for Christmas pages. Someone's saying theirs is leaking. Again, if it's leaking, if you've got a lot of ink there, just kind of wipe it off. Wipe off any globs of ink on a piece of little scrap paper. It does not have to be perfectly dry when you put the lid on. Okay? If you do, get a little glop somewhere, a little wet wipe or anything like that, we'll wipe it up while the ink is still wet. Does that punch fit in this punch holders from Stamp and Storage? No, it's too big for the Stamp and Storage. I shouldn't say that. It's too big for some of them, but it will fit, and I'll show you when I come back to me in just a second. It will fit in the border punch size. Again, I've got some other questions. The pen, it's coming out of the black part. It's coming out of the side. So you need to remove the black part. So if you're talking about the little black ring that was in between these two areas, that's what you have to remove. But yes, you do see that it's coming out from the chamber, and it will come out here, and then you pick it up. It won't come out through the bristles. Okay, so it will come out, and that's why you need to have a little piece of scrap paper, because as you saturate the nib, there may be ink that kind of drops out. So yes, if you are experiencing that, you might be, it's coming out the black part of the tip. Yeah, so you can see that's where mine came out as well. So again, you'll want to make sure that you have a little paper underneath, because you're going to get it as a little dollop of ink. And then you just kind of move the nib around, and that's how you can do all of your little brush marks with it. Okay, so yes, definitely have a little piece of scrap paper close by. All right, so you might need to play with that a little bit. If you haven't used the Wink of Stella pens before, you definitely want to play with that, and again, have some scrap paper with it there. Is the pen screwed together? Again, one of the things you'll have to do is unscrew it, take off the black ring. Oops, I'm throwing it away here. Take off the black ring that is between the two parts, and then re-screw it together. And then that's what will puncture the ink barrel and allow the ink to flow. Okay? Again, if you have any problems, if you think your pen is not working properly, you can definitely call customer service. They will refer you to another little instructional video on it that might be able to troubleshoot if you missed any of what I was sharing today. Okay, someone's saying, love this brush, hope they make additional colors. This is awesome. Yes, once you've tried it and you've played around with it and you get a feel for it, I think you're going to really, really enjoy it. Okay, all right, I'm going to bring you back to me. Where am I? There I am. And say bye-bye, because you guys have to go and get to work. You've got decisions to make, you've got pages, you've got albums to create, you've got punches to play with and pens to, sort out and play with as well. And you've got a great weekend ahead of you. So as I mentioned, if you haven't already, you should see that the virtual crop sketches are available for downloading. Easiest way to find them is to go to the CM blog. It'll be the most recent blog post. You scroll down and you'll find some links to the printables. And also, I'm sure it will be in the Facebook group. Then you're going to be able to see 8 different layouts, 4 using regular CM collections, 4 using the Shining Moments products. So once you see all that, then you can go ahead and decide what you want to do with your Secret Box products. So whether you want to make the album that I make a different, maybe a more simple or straightforward album, and then use your papers for other things, it is totally up to you. And we can't wait to see what you do with them. So you definitely want to make sure you are posting any inspiration for others to see. Remember that the little hashtags are right above the sketches on the layouts. So when you create those sketches, no matter what collections you use, make sure to post them with the collection hashtag or with the sketch hashtag. And I'm just reading here, you have until Tuesday, November 14th, 11:59 p.m. CT to post your virtual crop sketches and be eligible for a prize. Okay, so you got lots to decide, lots of options, lots of things to keep you busy all weekend long. And then don't forget, Monday at noon CT, you'll be able to purchase either or both of the covers and additional paper albums. So think about that as you're crafting and decide what you want to do with your products so that you can get the most from them. Okay, I'm glad that you guys love it. I know that some of you you have mixed feelings about the paper albums. You've got it there as part of your secret box, so I encourage you to give it a try. Gift it to someone who could use a little sunshine, and I'm sure you will feel so rewarded by their reaction to it. Okay, so have a great weekend playing. We look forward to seeing everything. And I'll see you next week during the Wednesday Fast and Fun. And we'll do something else. We'll do something fast and we'll do something fun. So until then, have a great weekend. Enjoy the virtual crop and your Shining Moments secret box. All right? Take care for now. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.